Hi, welcome to April. This is April's Stashbusting vlog. It is not starting off in the fun, happy way that I'd hoped. I am a little bedbound this week. I haven't really talked too extensively on this channel about this, or possibly really much at all, but I'm chronically ill. I have type 1 diabetes, and I also have a physical disability, and I have chronic fatigue and chronic pain and all of the fun things that come with that. And this week I am just not feeling great. Like, I've felt worse. I've felt much worse than this, but really I am just super dizzy, and sitting up is not fun. Standing is not fun. And so I am sitting here in bed. This is the only way I could film, so I've just turned myself and the camera around for a little, just to share a very quick update as to what I'm doing. I said at the end of my March vlog that I was going to end it early because I didn't think I'd make any progress. And then I actually made a really good amount of progress on a couple of different projects. So yeah, I'm not going to share all of them right now. I'm going to share them when I'm feeling better. But I'm really close to finishing one, and I wanted to talk about it because my plan is right now to just curl up for a bit, put on New Girl, which is the show that I have been watching. I decided to give Grey's Anatomy and 911, what else have I been watching? Castle, everything. I decided to give all of that a break and just watch New Girl, which is a lot lighter. And I haven't cried yet. And that is really nice because all those other shows, not so much Castle at the point that I'm at, but I know what's coming. I've cried at all of them. So it's nice to have something that isn't cry-worthy. Okay, I'm going to try and do this quickly because I have some pain and I just want to move through it. So the one that I have, I think I'm going to finish it today, is one of my Copenhagen houses. This is the yellow one. It looks so cute. Oh my god. So, yesterday I started working on this and I was here. I think I just sort of done a row or two above the windows, and now I have one more row of windows to do and then I'm on the roof. So that's super exciting. This is the best thing that's happening to me in the last few days because I've really done nothing else. So I love it so much. It looks so cute. I'm really happy with how the colors have turned out. I don't know. I wouldn't look too closely at the color work if I was you, because I feel like you can kind of see a few spots where I'm still new at it, but I really like it, and yeah, I think I'm going to finish it today. And then I unraveled, I had 3 houses on the go. I unraveled one because I realized that the gauge was massively off. It was 3 or 4 centimeters bigger than this one, and since they're going to be going into a blanket, I want them to be at least roughly the same size. Like this was visibly bigger. So I did that, and then I have another one on a holder right now. So I think I'm going to go back to that one, and I'm just really happy with it. It looks so cute. And yeah, so got my laptop here, gonna load up the pattern and New Girl and probably have another sleep. Honestly, I already had a 3-hour nap this morning, but whew, I'm just having a whale of a time over here. That's it. I'm going to be back when I'm feeling better, and I will tell you about all the other progress that I have made, and hopefully might even make some more progress between now and then. We will see, but definitely time to lie down. Good morning. I am finally feeling a little better this week, and I'm here to share with you all the progress I've made. So I think I said in the last clip that I had made kind of a surprising amount of progress. I wasn't really expecting to do like anything, and I did some things. I didn't really finish anything. It's not that exciting, but I've made some good progress, and we're gonna take that. So first thing I want to talk about is that I did technically finish something, and that is the little house. So it's kind of hard to show you. I haven't blocked or weaved or anything, so it's not looking its best, but because this is part of a larger project, I think I'm gonna try and join as I go a little. We're gonna see how that works out, because I've never done that before. But this one is done, and I'm happy with that. So that did, with these houses, it's a little kind of not difficult, but I am counting them for some things and not counting them for others. So I am counting. Once I cast one off, I count the yarn that I've used, but I'm not counting each individual house towards my 12 projects I want to finish in the year. I think I have like 112 of these that I have to make for the blanket. So I think I'm probably just gonna try and count them, I don't know, maybe by 4s, something like that. So like 4 would count as a finished project. I don't know, we're gonna see how things go. Anyway, it does mean that I did take off the yarn for that one. I did use 3 different balls of yarn. As you can, this is hard to do because I'm trying to keep the book open. The yellow, the dark grey, and then this one and the white up here are the same. So I used only 3 grams of the dark grey. I used 7 of the white, and 13 of the yellow. So that brought my total to 23 grams for that project, or that part of a project. I'm happy to have any yarn out of the stash, honestly. I don't even care that it's not full ball. But it did take my total down a little bit. I was on 30. I was on 341.02 balls, and so this brought me down to 340.56, which is exciting. I don't know. That makes it feel like I took more off than I actually did. So I am happy with that. So that's that one. I've started another one. Haven't really done too much on it, so I'll show it later. But I did make some good progress on 3 other things. First of which is my Sugarplum jumper. I think last time you saw this, I had pulled it back and decided to knit a bigger size. And now I am a good like 6 rows past where I was when I ripped it out originally. So super happy with that. Already used 1 ball. So I am excited. I've got about 3 inches left to go before I get to the sleeves. Super excited about that. Hoping that maybe, I don't know, I kind of have a busy week, but I'm hoping maybe next week I will be able to do that so that I can be on to the sleeves. I don't know, I feel like the sleeves of my gingerbread sweater took me the longest time out of kind of the whole thing. So I'm just kind of keeping that in mind with this one, that it would be nice to get up to the sleeves and be working on them, so that I feel like I'm doing something. Anyway, that one. And then I have 2 different socks that I am working on. These are both technically new cast-ons. This one is an old cast-on that I gave up on the pattern and decided to just wing it. These were going to be the Forest Spell socks, which is from Drops, but I just felt like the grey and the blue didn't have enough contrast for that kind of color work, so I'm just going with a stripe kind of thing instead. Really liking them like this though. These are a gift, so I'm just happy to make any progress with them at all. And I don't know, I think they're really cute, and I think they're just gonna suit the friend I'm giving them to more, because I feel like these ones are just like a casual sock you can wear at any time, and the ones with the Forest Spell ones are a bit more Christmassy, but it didn't really have the Christmas vibe with these colors. Anyway, working on that, really having fun there. And yeah, that's still kind of slow going because I haven't really hit the stride with it, because I have been majorly working on this sock, which is this one here. This is the color palette sock. Let me open my pattern so I can tell you who it is by. Laurel Knits. There you go. Whoops, nope, didn't need to draw on it there, but thank you. This is using the French macaron set that I got in March. I have two more rows of the purple to do, and then I will be on to the heel. I was a little nervous starting these because I didn't realize until I was quite the way through that these are actually 3mm instead of 2.5s. They are US 2.5s. But at the time I didn't question it. I was just like, yep, those are my 2.5s. Awesome. But I don't know, I kind of like the bigger, it's kind of big and, I don't know, roomy sock, I guess. And I think that'll actually really be cute because I hate having like super tight socks. So I think it'll be cute, and it also means that I'm using up some of this white that is Drops Nord. So is the grey and the blue from this one. I bought this for another project, realized that I did not have the skills for that project yet, and I held on to it, and I was just like, oh, I'll just use it when I feel like I'm ready for that. But I needed something to go in between these socks, and I was like, well, I might as well use up some of this, and it's relatively an easy thing to purchase and it's not too expensive. So if I do decide to do those other socks down the road, I can repurchase it then, but I feel like I'm still a while away from being able to do that. So they're the projects I've been working on. They are the projects that I'm probably going to keep working on this week. I don't really have anything else that I'm planning. I'm just enjoying these. They're all new enough that I am not getting bored by them yet. So we're just gonna hope that that stays, that feeling stays. And yeah, I will do a little bit more work on the second house. But for now, that's everything. So I will catch you all in a few days and we'll see how much progress I've made from here. So welcome to my first side quest of the year. This I am calling Leg Week. And rather than, you know, going to a gym and focusing on my legs, I've decided that this is going to be the week in which I try and finish knitting all of the leg portions of my socks. I have 5 here. I'm going to tell you about them in a second. Some of these I'm pretty close to being done with the leg. Others I haven't even casted on yet. So let's start. Let me tell you about these 5 pairs of socks. Of course, I have my little blue and grey one here that I've been working on. I haven't touched this in a few days, but I am honestly like a few rows off, maybe like 15-20 rows off being done with the leg of this one. I have this one, which I put on holders in January, December maybe. This is the Hermione Everyday Sock. It's really cute pattern. This is using some of my yarn, my Advent yarn. Again, not super far off being done with the leg on this one. And then we get into the ones I haven't made so much progress on. This is the cuff of the Psyche sock. I have a way to go with this one, but this is the second sock. I have the first fully completed sock here. As you can see, it's not a hugely long leg, so I'm not as far off as I could be. And then the ones I haven't casted on. So I haven't even started this one, but I do. This is again a second sock. So I have this sock, which is so cute, and I cannot wait to have these. This is going to be so good for winter. They are so warm. These are DK socks, and this is the Decathlon pattern, but I adjusted it for DK weight myself. That took a bit, not gonna lie, took some finagling, but I have my yarn here ready to go. I have the free needles, and with it being DK, I think I knit this whole sock in like 2 days. So I'm just saying I could totally do that again if I actually worked on it. And then final sock. If you've been watching up until this point and you're like, you've been talking about the color palette sock, where's that? Are you ready to start the second sock? No, I'm not. I still haven't finished the foot of this one, but I'm putting it on here anyway because I'm so close to being done with this first sock that I'm like, well, I might as well try and push myself to get the leg of the second sock done too, because this was really quick to like get up to this point. So I have to finish the last little bit of the foot first, but maybe it's doable. I don't know where to start. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should try and finish this first, and kind of alternate between working on this one, and I'm thinking maybe working on this one because, as I said, I probably only have 20 or so rows to go, and so that would mark that one off super quick. I think that's going to be the go. I think that's it. And I will be back quite possibly tomorrow to show if I've made any decent progress. Hopefully this might be finished tonight. Let's see. I better get working on it. Hi, it's the next morning. It is absolutely bloody freezing today, which is fantastic, but also my hands are really cold. I'm definitely more of a like cold weather person. I do not do well in the heat, even though I am a born and bred Australian, which, you know, kind of doesn't really make sense, but that's beside the point. Socks, that's what we're here for. So I finished it last night. It is admittedly not my best toe. Don't really know what I did there for some of that, but it's fine. It's done. I have blocked it. This is it. Semi-blocked. It just needs to dry a little more. I only have the one sock blocker. Try and say that 5 times fast. So I usually block my socks like when I finish one, and then when I finish the other one, if I finish the other one, I'll block it then. Is that the best way to do it? Probably not. Can I justify buying another one right now? No. So we're just gonna keep going with the ones. This one is gonna go back on that in a second and go outside to dry. It's cold, but it's actually a really lovely sunny day. And it's usually the kind of like autumn to winter that we get here. Yeah, where it's like cold, but it's beautiful and sunny. So that's gonna go back on that. And it means that I can actually be working on the legs. So I decided to pick up this morning this one because I am just self-drafting this one. I'm just kind of knitting and seeing kind of where it takes me. But I think I have about 8 more rows. I think I want to do this next blue stripe before I will do the heel in the grey. So I'm going to knit those 8 rows, see what it looks like, and then decide if I want to do more or if I'm just going to do the heel then. So that is, honestly, probably could finish this today. And I haven't really decided what the next one I'm going to work on is. So I put a hot water bottle behind my back, which is nice, but also is like quite hot. And I'm like semi regretting it. Maybe if I just kind of sit back a little. Is that better? I don't know. So yeah, I haven't really decided which one is going to be my next one to work on. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe the DK sock, because that one would be also probably pretty quick to do. I don't know if I should focus on doing the ones that are going to take longer and trying to get further through those, or whether I should try and finish all the ones that are like quick or like almost there and then come to the ones later. I don't know. I guess I'm going to think about that, and I might be back later on today, depending on if I finish this and if I decide which one I'm going to work on. But yeah, it's looking pretty cute right now, and just see how it looks after I've done those rows I've talked about. I'm almost at the end of this tiny little bit of blue that I found. So in terms of like stash busting, I do think some of this will help. It's been a couple of days. It is the 22nd today. I am coming to you in the evening, which I basically never do. So apologies for the lighting. We very weirdly have one white light and one yellow light. We're just gonna work with it. Leg week. Okay, so it went okay. It went okay. I did finish this leg, which is looking a little bit weird because I went to start on the heel flap and I had to put the first bunch of stitches on the holder again. So I did finish that. I did do the leg of my DK sock. Very exciting. And I also did the leg of this sock, and as you can see, I just went ahead and did the heel flap, turn and gusset, and I'm on the gusset. I'm on the gusset decreases. And yeah, I don't know, I did these 3 legs, finished them, and I was like, I just kind of really want to do, there's a bit of fluff there. This is why I don't film in the evenings, because like I'm bad enough in the mornings, but geez, I do not feel like I am on planet Earth right now. I couldn't tell you where I am, but it's not here. I don't know. I got to, you know, finishing the legs on these 3, and I was like, I could just finish these socks. Like, do I want to come in and do, you know, that second sock and the second sock of my Psyche sock, which is sitting here? And I don't know, I felt like I would feel better about myself doing the heel turns and things. Obviously I've only done the one, but I don't know, this was a good couple of days focus, and I think the plan is to put this one down for a little, and by a little I mean a little, like I'm talking like 2 days, and then I just want to do the heel flap and stuff of this one, because I could probably finish this whole sock in like an hour if I wanted to. So I think I'm gonna try and just keep moving forward with this one, because as well, if I get this one finished, that's a project finish in comparison to if I finish either of these ones. It's just the first sock done. So at least this way I can take the tiniest amount of yarn off the stash. But who knows what could happen between now and when I get the chance to update you next, because I've been working a lot, and so I'm feeling a little frazzled, but a good frazzled. And I did actually go through my stash the other day. I destashed some more stuff. I actually found 439 grams, all of the one type of yarn to destash, which has brought me down to 16,589 grams, 331.78 balls. It also basically meant that my goal was between April and June to use up 500 grams or destash 500 grams. So I've basically done that. So I have made myself a stretch goal to try and use or destash 800 grams in that same time span. We'll see how that works. A friend and I have just planned to go to a yarn show in a few weeks. So I knew this one was coming up, but I thought it was a little later in the year. It's not. So see how that goes, and I guess between now and then I'm going to try and use up some things. But for now, it is almost dinner time. I have all 3 cats sitting around here bugging me for biscuits. So I'm going to feed them, throw my dinner in the microwave, and I don't know. I think I'm going to give it a rest on the knitting tonight because I knit quite a bit over the weekend, and hands are feeling a little tired, so I think I'm gonna spend the night reading instead. But I will be back next week. I don't know, I'll be back when I can, and we'll talk about stuff and so many project bags and just everything. So I will see you all soon. It's the end of April. I have ended the month pretty much exactly how I started the month, in that I spent all day yesterday in bed and I'm feeling pretty shitty. It's not how I would have chosen to begin and end the month, but it is what it is, and I still managed to finish something. Literally just like 10 minutes ago, I have been working on my Decathlon socks, and I finally finished the second one. I finished this first one literally, I think, a year ago, probably almost to the day. This was super quick to knit. I don't know why it just took me so long to do them, but I finally have the second one done. I haven't blocked it yet, so I'm going to be doing that in a minute. They are very, very similar in size, which is kind of a first for me. I think they just need to like relax a tiny bit, and they might be almost the exact same size. It was bound to happen sometime. I really like these. I think they're super cute. They're going to be so nice, especially it's been really cold this week, and like raining a lot and all that kind of stuff. So even right now my feet are freezing, so I can't wait to put these on. Hopefully this one might dry kind of quickly. I don't know, we'll see. But it does mean that I got to take a little bit more off the stash before we finish up for this month. I don't think that's a good idea. This second sock used 31 grams and I have 19 grams left of this one. That can go over there for now. So that brings my total down to 16,558 grams, or 331.16 skeins. Honestly, it's really nice to finish something. And now I've finished 3 projects for the year, and also just
has made me feel a bit better within myself, because it's been kind of a shitty month. But now I at least have these to make me feel nice and cozy and warm. So I'm gonna end this here. I'm gonna go block this other sock, and hopefully I'll be able to wear them and tell you how comfy they are next month.